Prof Sanaa Youssef, the key to a child bright future.
صباح الخير على حضراتكم جميعا. أنا الحقيقة طبعا سعيدة بأنكم مشرفينا ومنورينا النهاردة، وأرجو إن شاء الله إن تستفيدوا من المحاضرات بتاعتنا ومن الشغل بتاع مؤتمرنا. ببتدي طبعا بشكر المنصة الكريمة كلها، يعني دكتورة عفاف، دكتورة أمل، دكتورة ميرال، دكتورة راجية، دكتورة مش شايفة مين في النص، رانيا حبيبتي مع حفظ الألقاب طبعا. It's a pleasure for me to welcome you all, and we'll start today the presentation about a very important topic. الحقيقة احنا عملنا الجلسة دي بتاعت mother and child welfare علشان نركز على أهمية النيوتريشن في المذر والتشايلد، بالذات لو كان عندنا lactating أو pregnant mother، لأن احنا بناخدش بالنا كتير قوي من النيوتريشن بتاعت البريجننت واللاكتيتنج mothers. This session is sponsored by Leptis Nutrition علشان الحقيقة الانوفيشن بتاعتهم اللي نزلت recently on our market اللي هي البيجامام، which is a product for the best nutrition for pregnant and lactating mothers. البرودكت ده الحقيقة it is an innovative product. It was not in our market وكان الاحتياج له شديد جدا, since pregnant and lactating mothers do not have an idea about how to eat properly, والnutrition بتاعتهم بتبقى so bad لدرجة إن هم they affect their offsprings and their coming newborn. So it is very vital to speak about this period, which is during the pregnancy and lactation, and we need to increase the awareness for mothers about their nutrition during pregnancy and lactation, especially that we have now the product, the Pejamam, in our on our market. If you want to have a child bright future, which means a good immune system and a good functioning brain and a proper growth, it starts there. It starts from the first day of pregnancy. Now, the power of the first 1,000 days, they include the pregnancy, the lactation, and up to 2 years. The power, it is the foundation, زي الأساس بتاع العمارة, زي الخرسانة اللي بتبني عليها الأدوار كلها عشان تطلع لفوق. It is again the foundation of the health of infants and children. It's a very critical period in every infant life, and the nutritional requirements here tremendously increase for the mothers during their pregnancy and the period of lactation, because the pregnant mother not has only to feed herself, she has to feed her fetus and to be ready for breastfeeding the coming her coming infant also. Now this is the nutrition here, and this is the it's an article about how the nutrition during pregnancy and lactation is very important, and even preconception. We forget about the preconception, but the young girls also have to be properly nourished to be ready for the pregnancy and later on and lactation. So why? Because it shapes your baby's future, as we said, from the growth side, from the immune system and the brain function. The maternal malnutrition, it is the root of our problem. whether it is an undernutrition or it is an overnutrition. Both faces of the same coin, they result in the same bad result. When you have an undernourished mother or an overnourished mother with the excess of high fat, saturated fats and sugars, this affects what we know the epigenetics, which means that she's going to have an effect on the DNA methylation and histone modification and the microRNA, and this will be reflected in the genome activity and the protein expression in the physiological activity, and this is known as the fetal programming. You start with a program, whether it is a good program or a bad program. It's like the software exactly of your computer. If you put software program, you have a good result. If you put a bad program, then whatever you put, you have at the end. Why it is important, this period, for the fetal programming? Because it affects the organs' structure and function, and it can even result in a hormonal imbalance and also a metabolic disorder, or it affects the cell signaling and your immune and your brain system. So very important, this critical period when you have, it is very, very important because it can affect the health of the growth, the immune system, and the brain. If the mother is undernourished during pregnancy, she can have pregnancy complication. If she's overnourished during pregnancy, she is a subject of preeclampsia, gestational diabetes, as well as preterm labor, with all the complications of the preterm labor and the NICU. And this is what we call the phenomena, the barter phenomena. The barter phenomena, it is the phenomena of malnutrition, how it impacts the DNA sequence and the epigenetics, and you have at the end a child who is malnourished and a child who doesn't have a proper growth, and he has a brain affection as well as immune system affection. Now, the nutrition during pregnancy and lactation, it does not affect only the brain growth, the immune system, and the growth of somatic growth, but it has also a very important role as it is going to affect, it is a window of opportunity against allergies, whether it is food allergies or asthma or whatever, because you are playing here with the immune system, you are changing the balance with what you feed the child, and accordingly you can make the mother more subjected to allergies or less subjected to allergy. So what is recommended for maternal nutrition during pregnancy? Mothers during pregnancy, they need a very special care. And why do we need a very special care? Because there is an increase in the maternal needs, and to decrease the pregnancy and labor complication, and there is also an increased fetal needs. Now, all this is going to be covered when you give the child a proper nutrition, and as we said, we have on our market now the Pidjamam, which is going to cover this, and I'll show you how it is going to cover this issue. Now, according to the energies and calories mothers need, طبعا احنا عندنا المقولة you are eating for two, so you should double your calories. But everything has limits, and everything should go according to the rules, and accordingly it is going to be in the proper way. So during the first trimester, the mothers do not need to increase their calories. During the first trimester, you do not need to increase the calories. You eat better, not bigger. The choice of what you eat is much more important. It is the quality and not the quantity of what you eat. In the second trimester, she has to consume 340 extra calories per day. And in the third trimester, which is very important, where there is accretion of all elements of this growing infant in her tummy, then in her uterus, sorry, she has to consume from 400 to 500 extra calories per day. If the mother has a multiple pregnancy, in the first trimester with those with multiple pregnancy, they should have extra calories because she has an extra load now. In the second trimester, she will have exactly as the normal pregnancy, and in the third trimester the same, but the only difference is that she has to start her extra calories from the first trimester. Now, all the calories you consume during pregnancy should be healthy calories and not calories of what we call the empty foods, which are fats, saturated fats, and sugars, and so on. So there should be a proper choice of the protein, of the type of carbs, especially the complex carbs, fibers, vitamins, minerals, and the caloric intake, of course, should be proper. Now, during pregnancy, I recommend you all to know this, how much weight mother should gain. Now, it depends what was her weight pre-pregnancy. This is very, very important. Now, for mothers who have a body mass index below 18.5, they should have a total weight gain of about 12 to 18 kilograms during the whole pregnancy. مش per month. احنا هنا in Egypt to have it per month. لا هم المفروض تكون in the 9 months. If she has a BMI between 18 to 25, she should add less from 12 to 16 kilograms during the pregnancy. If she has a higher BMI, the higher the BMI, the less kilograms she should add. Very important, you have to put this into your mind. Now, a BMI of 25 to 30, she has 7 to 11 kilograms, and a BMI above 30, she should add only 5 to 9 kilograms. You should be aware in the fish optimal weight recommended for everyone. We said it depends upon her weight before pregnancy. So there is no specific recommendation. You go according to the rule, what she should add according to her weight. And this is the most important point, is that you have to go everything within the required daily allowance. Now, underweight pregnant women should not have more than a half kilogram per week. The obese, quarter of a kilogram per week. However, to ensure adequate fetal nutrition, you should advise women not to do a diet during pregnancy. عشان كان في a certain era, all pregnant mothers were used to do diet, which is very wrong. We don't go on a diet during pregnancy. We go on the proper food and what you should eat properly and what is nutritious, and it gives an advantage to the baby and the mother. So this is the pregnancy plate. You should know that this is very important. Now this plate, as you see, it is divided into two halves. The first half, 3/4 of it, it includes non-starchy vegetables and fruits, and the other quarter, it includes some fruits, sorry. And on the other half, you have, this is quarter and quarter protein, whether they are animal protein or vegetable protein. And then you have the whole grains, which are mainly the complex carbs. Now, we are going to speak about the specific nutrients. We have the macronutrients and we have the micronutrients. The macronutrients, they include protein, carbs, and fat. And in this slide, you will see that you should have a good quality protein, about 60 to 80 grams per day. And the carbs, you do not go on a low-carb diet, never during pregnancy. And you should consume the good type of fat, which are mainly the omegas, and the very important. And you should know that the sources of the omegas, they should be of a good source, not of a polluted source, not fish with high mercury. You should have the omegas from the fruits or from the nuts or from the proper oils or the fishes which are not polluted with mercury. Coming to the micronutrients, very important to supplement the mother during pregnancy with folate, iron, iodine, and zinc. And this is an example of where you can find the folate. They need 400 to 600 microgram per day. The iron they need is from 18 to 27 milligram per day. The iodine from 150 to 220 microgram per day. And the zinc, which is very important for the replication of all cells, whether the cells of her growing fetus or the maternal blood cells or whatever she needs the zinc for her immune system and for the immune system of her baby also. Coming to the iron is crucial during pregnancy. When you speak about iron is our biggest problem, and we are living in a community where you have iron deficiency is extremely dominant. And it ends with infants who are iron deficient. If they are not properly fed, then again you are going to have a problem in these children. They are also they will have also an iron deficiency. The iron which is needed is 100 milligram per day for all women. Lakin, if you can see in this slide how much the iron accretion is needed to be increased from 0.8 milligram per day to 7.5 milligram per day for pregnant mothers, because they need a very high iron content for themselves to fill their stores, and they also need it for the lactation, and because they are going to be losing some iron with the menstruation or with the delivery where they have some bleeding. So iron is crucial to the pregnancy and lactating mother. Vitamin A, C, and choline are also very important. They are considered as antioxidants, and vitamin A plays a very important role in immunity as well as vitamin C, and the choline is very important also for the acetylcholine synthesis, and it is a neurotransmitter. Most micronutrients have a wide safety margin, but vitamin A is an exception, so don't ever exceed 8,000 international units per day during pregnancy. Now, the vitamin D is very well known that you need it during pregnancy. It is said it is 300 international units. Lakin, I can increase the dose during pregnancy if the mother is deficient, and during lactation, it can go as high up more than this according to their deficiency. And vitamin E as an oxidant is important. The calcium is also very important, whether she takes it from natural food or she takes it as a supplement. And now she needs only 250 grams of calcium per day, plus the phosphorus and the magnesium. We forget them, lakin you have to know that phosphorus in excess can make a problem, as well as the magnesium in excess can cause problem. So everything in the proper dose is very important. The most important nutrient we all forget about it is water. Water is a nutrient. It is not something just to satisfy your thirst. It is a nutrient actually, because it goes بتلف في البادي كله. It is going to spread the proper nutrients to all organs and removes all the toxic products and gets them out of the body. So you have to increase the fluid intake, and when I speak about the fluid intake, I speak about the water as water, not as a juice or anything else. So every time the mother breastfeeds, she can have 1 cup of water. يعني كل مرة هترضع، ودي كانت الحقيقة tradition. دايما كانت الأمهات زمان نشوفهم بيشربوا كوباية مية قبل ما يرضعوا، ده كده بالفطرة. لكن it has proved to be very important, and the mother needs to have at least 8 cups of water per day. Now, what the mother should eat during pregnancy is very well known. What is nutrition? What contains proper proteins and no low fat. دايما ممنوع منعا باتا انها تاخد low fat or low milk whatever liquids, and the meat of course كل البروتين of animal source or of vegetable source, and she needs also or fruits and vegetables لأنهم the best source for micronutrients. The lactating mother on the other hand, هل lactating دي مش محتاجة بردك؟ لا, she needs the support. We spoke about the support during pregnancy, لكن it does not end by the delivery. You have to continue this nutritious support also during the lactation period, because she needs still high calories if she's going. During the first trimester, she needs تقريبا 500 calories, kilocalories per day. في second 6 months 400. لأن في second 6 months the child is weaning, he has calories from other foods. So the lactating women average calorie intake should be 2,500 to 3,000 kilocalories per day. And the proteins, again, you need more protein during the first 6 months because the child is dependent only on the breast milk, and in the second 6 months you need less because she started to be supplemented from other sources of proteins. Should mother take a multivitamin during breastfeeding? هي بتاخد multivitamin definitely during pregnancy. ما فيش during pregnancy ما بتاخدش multivitamin. لكن when she's continuing to the lactation, should she continue the vitamins? Of course, she should be supplemented also during the whole period of breastfeeding with vitamins. And very important to have an iron supplement, vitamin D, and as well as calcium, and all the other, whether water-soluble or fat-soluble vitamins. Are there special nutrients the mother should increase while she's breastfeeding? Yes, she should have good vitamin A, good iodine, and good choline, and definitely you are going to have. Why does she need the iodine? Why? Thyroid. She needs the iodine for the thyroid gland and a proper functioning thyroid, and she needs the choline because it is a brain. It is a neurotransmitter. Okay, now definitely she needs. We have two special situations. Pregnant mother while she's breastfeeding, and we have what we would know as tandem feeding. Sometimes when the mother is breastfeeding, she falls pregnant again, and this makes another change. And the tandem feeding, after she has been pregnant and she delivered her baby, her newcomer, she has to breastfeed two. Two infants can be breastfed at the same time. One is old and one is young, but they both want to be breastfed. So this is very special situations where you have to reconsider the energy requirement, and you have to reconsider the vitamin supplementation, and you have to reconsider her nutrition. How many supplements الأم بتاخد during pregnancy? بتاخد folic acid, وبتاخد iron, وبتاخد calcium, وبتاخد omegas, وبتاخد مجموعة الفيتامين B. You see all these vitamins. Now, there are multiple drugs she should take. She should not forget them. She has to take them on daily basis. So her compliance is usually very bad. And when she takes all these, it can cause a GIT upset, plus the cost of all these vitamins. Can we just collect all this in one thing? Yes, we can. And this is the marvelous solution, which was the Pejamam. I'm speaking about the Pejamam honestly because I am convinced with it, and I see that it makes a difference in the market. It made a difference for the pregnant and lactating mother. I myself, personally, I prescribe it not because it is this session is supported by Leptis, but because I believe in it and I know this is the best nutrition the mother can have. It's easy. She can have it every day. She will not forget to take it. And it is less costly if you compare the total cost of all the vitamins. It guarantees at least that some of the nutrients you take are healthy nutrients. So this is very important for me. She has to have it during pregnancy and during lactation. What are the advantages of this product? Number one, the DHA is double encapsulated, and you have all heard about the double encapsulation and micronization, how this delivers the highest percentage and the highest concentration of whatever is the element inside it to the cell. So it protects the DHA from the oxidative deterioration, and it gives a maximum absorption and a maximum dose of the DHA. Now it contains the folic acid, which is in the sufficient amount for the neurodevelopment. And we have the microencapsulated iron. Lots of lectures have been talking about the microencapsulated iron, about how it delivers it. It is protected. It does not cause GIT upset. It does not cause constipation. A pregnant mother, she does not need to be more bothered by constipation. This is a help for her. And it is going to supply her directly with the amount she needs. So it has a better bioavailability, higher absorption, less GIT upset, and no metallic aftertaste. Now, coming to the prebiotics. Prebiotics are very important. It gives the GIT a robust immune GIT. It gives the power. ليه؟ لأنها بتعمل لي, it is the food of the microbiota. If the mother and everything for the immune system and for the CNS function starts in your GIT, you have to know this very well. About 80% of your immune system is in the GIT, and we call now the GIT the second brain. Maybe one day it will be the first brain. Nobody can tell. لكن هو مليان enteric nervous system, وفي autonomic nervous system, وفي neurotransmitters, the dopamine or serotonin. 80% of it is excreted in the GIT. The GIT يا جماعة ده it is something very important. You should be very well aware of it for your health. And it is the kitchen where everything is there functioned and it is there cooked. If you cook a proper meal, then everything goes fine. If you go the wrong way, everything will go wrong. We have also enough of calcium and vitamin D in the pajama for the bone and teeth strengths, and it has a nice taste, and it contains 30 vitamins, whether water-soluble vitamins or a fat-soluble vitamin. Now, to compare it with the needs, now we have seen that we have, if we speak about the macronutrients, and we'll tackle then the micronutrients. The macronutrients, and such as the essential fatty acid, you have the linoleic acid, and when you have also the alpha linolenic, which are the omega-3 and 6, and they are very, it gives يعني about 14% of the needs. على أساس إن هي she will have continue supplement the rest from the proper food. But at least I took something, and I'm sure that something proper has reached my GIT and my immune system. The DHA أنا حطيته في الماكرونيوترينتس ليه؟ مش مايكرونيوترينت. Why the DHA is a macronutrient, not a micronutrient? The DHA is fat, so it is a macronutrient. It is mainly a fat, فهو بيعتبر من الماكرونيوترينتس وليس المايكرونيوترينتس. But it is the best fat, very essential for immunity, protects from allergy, and for the function of the brain and for the vision. And being double encapsulated, it reassures me that this amount definitely will reach the mother and the baby, and it is very well absorbed, and it is protected, and I'm going to do very good, benefit very well from it. طبعا the folic acid والfolate are crucial, and if you take 1 or 2 cups of the Pejamam per day, you don't need to have the folic acid as a supplement, add you one less drug. And if you take if you consider the vitamin D, also you have enough of the 1600, which is the minimum you need. If you need an extra, you can have 2 cups or 3 cups per day, as well as the calcium. Now the iron, being microencapsulated, this is the biggest advantage, لأن هيوصل لي الماكسيمم absorption. لو أنا ضمنت إني هاخد 60% من احتياجاتي من الايرون through having this product, then I will be very happy if I reach 60%, because whatever the mother eats, she will never reach the 60% by what she takes as food. Now the zinc is also very important, and the choline also, and the taurine, which is very essential for the brain and the vision also. Now the dosing is very simple from the Pejamam. There are 4 معالق على كوباية مية. موضوع سهل جدا. بتاخدها من 2 ل 3 في اليوم. ممكن تاخدها كفطار، ممكن تاخدها كعشاء، ممكن تاخدها كسناك. It is very, and it does not add to the lactose load for a better GIT tolerance. It is not very sweet. I don't have a high sugar, which is very important. Now, when it also is sucrose free, وبالتالي حتى الأمهات اللي عندها gestational diabetes ممكن تاخد كل الادفانتج بتاعته without a side effect. And the mothers who care about their weight, she can have that because it does not add weight that much. Now, you can have it mixed with fruits, or you can as a milkshake, or you can have it as a milk in the morning on the cereals she has as a breakfast, and there are many other ways she can have it. It has a nice taste, and this is mainly الحقيقة. I would not have given this talk if I was not convinced by this product. Now, the Pejamam is a very good product which is present now on our market. It is an advantage for us that we do have it to support pregnant and lactating females during this critical period for the sake of their offspring and the outcome of their babies. Now, I would like to end my talk with this sentence. Malnutrition is as common in poverty as in wealth. One for the lack of food, and the other is for the lack of knowledge. I hope that you had the good knowledge today and you can use this product, and thank you very much. Now, الحقيقة, it gives me a great pleasure that we have a very special guest with us, Dr. Sharif Omar, who is the president of Leptis Nutrition Middle East and Africa. And it is an addition to our Congress. إن هو شرفنا ونورنا. He will just give a very small talk about the Leptis Nutrition.
Well, good morning, everyone. It's our great honor to be here today in this morning's conference. We were humbled by Professor Sanaa's invitation for us to join you this morning. I have a brief few slides to follow up on the theme of this conference. So the nutrition vision at Liptis is quite simple. It's something that I think all can agree on. Our goal is to ensure the next generation grows up stronger, healthier, and smarter with the tools and information that we have to help support the infant nutrition and development. This is the slide that many of you have seen as we begin all of our presentations, that breast nutrition is the unequaled form of ideal nutrition for the infants. It's for this reason that we launched Pediamum here in Egypt, which is the only super premium milk-based nutritional supplement for both pregnant and lactating women. It provides the necessary nutrition before and during pregnancy with all the vitamins and minerals that we just learned about, and helps to increase the nutritional content of breast milk. Because while we all agree that breast milk is the best nutrition for infants, the components of nutrition in the mother's milk depends on her diet. A mother in Egypt produces breast milk different from a mother in Japan or South Africa or Canada. It all depends on the diet. And for a mother to use Pediamum, it helps to enhance the nutritional content of mother's breast milk. I won't go through these slides because I think the nutritional components in Pediamum is clear. Instead, we focus on instances of development and how science has evolved. Everyone has seen this old type of phone, but today everyone uses their mobile phone. Many of you were trained using the old glass thermometer, and today everyone uses a digital thermometer. When companies started to make infant formula, they used vegetable oil as the basis of traditional infant formula. And I can guarantee you that if you analyze mother's breast milk, you will find 0% vegetable fat, because mother's milk is made from human milk fat. And so we've developed Pediamil based on milk fat, because that is the basis of human breast milk. So if breastfeeding is not possible, if the mother is taking drugs where breastfeeding is contraindicated, she cannot or refuses to breastfeed, or there's a need for a supplement, Pediamil provides the unsurpassed alternative in all stages necessary for healthy growth and development of the infant. Pediamil has been upgraded with new super premium nutrients. The base of the fat composition is milk fat with a natural beta palmitate. We've added alpha-lactalbumin, one of the key proteins in human breast milk. We've increased AADHA by over 20%. We've provided iron in a micro-encapsulated form. Iron is critical for the development and growth of the infant, and many infants suffer from iron deficiency anemia because iron in formula does not help if it is not absorbed. Pediamil is the only formula in the Egyptian market made with a micro-encapsulated iron, which drives better absorption. And we have double encapsulated the DHA in order to ensure its stability and bioavailability. So milk fat is quite important, and if we look at the triglyceride and the history of fatty acids in infant formula, it was a blend of vegetable fats. But the difference in the composition of the triglyceride, in vegetable fat, it's palmitic, oleic, and palmitic. It's the POP structure. In milk fat, it's reversed. It's oleic, palmitic in the beta position. That's how you get natural beta palmitate, and oleic in the gamma position. So the difference here is the location of the palmitic acid in the triglyceride between vegetable and milk fat. But what does that mean in terms of the outcome for the infant? In traditional vegetable fat formula, the palmitic acid is broken off. It has a high affinity and sticks to the calcium, which causes insoluble calcium soaps. This then causes loss of calcium and constipation. In the milk fat formula in Pediamil, only the oleic acid is broken off. This does not bind to calcium, and so you get complete absorption of calcium and the beta palmitate. So you have proper calcium absorption, more energy, softer stools, less constipation and colic. So the vegetable fat in the traditional formulas can cause constipation, colic, reduced calcium, and fat absorption. Whereas in the fat structure of the pea meal base, which is closer to human milk fat, you have better calcium absorption, which leads to better bone accretion, low incidence of constipation, and low incidence of colic. The milk fat-based formula is made with natural beta palmitate, which is different than synthetically produced beta palmitate. That's produced by using chemical and enzymatic process. So when companies add beta palmitate, the source is palm oil that's chemically modified. We have a natural source of beta palmitate from the milk fat. So the milk fat is a natural ingredient, no harmful chemical byproducts. The triglyceride has the right fatty acid in the right position. It is a palm oil-free formula. You have significant amounts of fat-soluble vitamins and a cholesterol content that's normal to what we found in human breast milk. Remember, cholesterol is a key factor in epigenetics and early metabolic programming. The formula is easily digestible with a natural creamy taste. Studies show that when you expose an infant early in life to cholesterol found in human breast milk, you have a reduced rate and risk of cardiovascular disease later in life because of the metabolic programming. So early cholesterol in life reduces cholesterol synthesis later in life, and you end up with a homeostasis and a balanced cholesterol synthesis. So the beta palmitate in the milk fat helps improve energy intake, reduces constipation, increases bone mineral density, drives healthier gut bacteria, less crying, better sleep, and improved fine motor skills. We went further and we added alpha-lactalbumin, which is one of the key proteins found in human breast milk. It's a small component of cow milk, and so we've added it as an extra ingredient in order to get closer to the goal, which is to be as close to breast milk as possible. Alpha-lactalbumin helps to reduce reflux, constipation, and abdominal pain and colic. Alpha-lactalbumin also reduces intestinal infections because it has a high affinity and binds to the pathogenic microbiota, such as Salmonella and E. coli, and it provides a prebiotic effect by enhancing the concentration of bifidobacteria. The alpha-lactalbumin in pea meal provides a protein composition closer to human milk, enhances protein digestion and acceptance, driving better GI comfort, enhanced gut microbiota, and enhances the immune system with, in the end, better sleep rhythm. We've increased the concentration of the omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids by over 20%. This helps to drive IQ maturation closer to the outcomes of breastfed infants, and also helps to drive visual acuity closer to breastfed infants as well. Studies show that it's important to maintain a 1-to-1 ratio of AA to DHA, because if there's an imbalance in this ratio, it will reduce the concentration of arachidonic acid in brain tissue, reduces learning skills, and has adverse effects on human growth and immune development. And so we maintain a 1-to-1 ratio of the arachidonic acid to docosahexaenoic acid. So the 20% more AADHA supports better brain development, cognitive ability, IQ maturation, and visual acuity. Of course, when you add more omega-3 fatty acid, the source is fish oil. And this has a low solubility in water, it's subject to rapid oxidation, and has limited bioavailability. And so to address this challenge, we've provided a patented micro and double encapsulated DHA formulation. The technology encapsulates every DHA molecule, it double shells the protection, and then provides a cross-link to ensure stability of the product for the duration of the shelf life and better absorption and bioavailability. And so the double encapsulation method in the DHA protects it from oxidation. This supports solubility for better gut absorption and better bioavailability. Microencapsulated iron is a formulation that many of you have heard separate presentations about. We are the first infant formula company to provide microencapsulated iron in the formula itself. And so microencapsulation is a process where a polymer is used to coat the mineral. This protects the integrity, preserves the aroma, and prevents any interaction with any other nutrients while maintaining its stability. So Pediamil is the only formula fortified with microencapsulated iron to enhance iron absorption, because studies show that a microencapsulated form drives nearly double the absorption and bioavailability of the iron as compared to other types of iron salts. Microencapsulated iron in pediatric meal enhances the bioavailability and absorption of the iron. This then lowers the incidence of anemia and constipation, reduces the impact of iron on the palatability of the product, and protects the formula stability. Pediatric has all other premium nutrients, 100% galacto-oligosaccharides for the bifidobacteria and the prebiotic effect, all the 5 major nucleotides to provide the immune enhancement, with a balanced protein content to reduce the risk of childhood obesity, and a strong and powerful combination of antioxidants, including selenium, found at levels in breast milk. Vitamin C to iron ratio is greater than 10:1 to maximize iron absorption. Taurine is provided for better retinal and brain development. Choline to enhance memory and learning skills, and a low potential renal solute load. We, of course, have our entire portfolio of special formulas, the Pediatric AC, the anti-colic recipe, with low lactose, our Pediatric AR made with carabine gum to prevent regurgitation, our Pediatric HA with both low lactose and partially hydrolyzed whey protein. Essentially, this is our comfort formula, and the Pediatric lactose-free. The Pediatric AC recipe is identical to Pediatric 1. We've only reduced the lactose content by 50% and replaced it with maltodextrin in the event there is immature GI to help prevent any colonic disturbances. It still is made with the same milk fat base, alpha-lactalbumin, double encapsulated DHA, microencapsulated iron, and 100% GAS and all major nucleotides. The alpha-lactalbumin and natural beta-palmitate in Pediatric AC helps to reduce excessive crying and abdominal discomfort, helps drive infant sleep, and helps enhance gut microbiota. The Pediatric AR, our anti-regurgitation recipe, is made with carabine gum to prevent regurgitation. This helps prevent excessive reflux with all the same premium nutrients. Carabine gum maintains its prebiotic properties in the bottle, does not change the caloric content, is not hydrolyzed by salivary amylase, and maintains the osmolarity after it is ingested. Pediatric HA is made with 50% less lactose and partially hydrolyzed whey protein. This helps to ensure the palatability because of the enzymatic process, and the low lactose provides our comfort recipe in Pediatric HA with all the same major nutrients. Pediatric HA with the beta-palmitate milk fat helps enhance protection from cow milk allergy. This helps to stop the atopic march. The hydrolyzed whey in Pediatric HA is enzymatically processed. This maintains the palatability and helps to avoid the bad taste or odor from formulas that treat it with heat. Pediatric HA reduces infant colic and improves GI comfort. This is our comfort formulation. Pediatric HA reduces constipation, drives healthier gut bacteria, less crying, and better sleep. And of course, the last formulation of Pediatric LF, lactose-free. All the lactose is replaced by maltodextrin with all the same key nutrients, including zinc, to reduce the complications of diarrhea, provides intestinal maturation bifidogenic effect, enhances GI tolerance, and decreases nutritional loss of fatty acids and calcium. The zinc helps reduce both instances of acute and persistent diarrhea. Pediatric is the highest quality advanced infant milk formula made with super premium nutrients, the only formulation made with double encapsulated DHA and microencapsulated iron, and the entire portfolio, including Pediatric, is available today in Egypt. Thank you for your attention.
شكرا لكل السبيكر اللي كانوا معنا في السيشن دي، وبنعلن ان السيشن دي انتهت ان شاء الله، والسيشن الجايه.
بس في سؤال للدكتور شريف، يعني I look for the composition and the ratio between AA and DHA.
Yes.
It is in contrast to the normal, which is 3:1, 1:1. I don't know why this. You know that the ratio is 3:1 or even 6:1.
The guidelines are a challenge. The guidelines are in constant state of flux. The current ones that we apply for is a 1-to-1 ratio of
The ratio
AA and DHA.
of AA and DHA.
Yes.
No, it's no. No.
The
The normal is not. Even in the breast milk, it's 3-to-1, not 1-to-1.
the latest guidelines that we follow are 1-to-1 ratios.
No. Is it normal for the breast milk or for breast milk؟ يعني أنا بتكلم على why in contrast to the breast milk composition and not for. Okay, the external. Okay.
Yes, maximum 1 to 1.2.
1 to 1.2.
يعني الكودكس اليمنتاريس اللي احنا بنعتبره الدستور بتاع
انت عارفه حضرتك انه البريست ميلك ايفن في الناس اللي هم في بتوع اسيا الاشيان دول اللي عندهم الاي 8 والدي اتش اي عشان السمك عندهم كتير هو 6 to 1 and not 1 to 1. عندنا احنا في مصر تقريبا 3 to 1. فهي دي بس النقطه اللي انا كنت
لا هو دكتور عفاف حضرتك الكودكس طالب كده ليتلي في الريكومنديشن فور فورمولاز قال لك the DHA to AA should be 1 to 1 or 1.2 to 1. This is the maximum.
Okay, for formula. Thank you, doctor.
Right.
Thank you.
Any other questions? في طنبولة بقى. نسحب. طيب. هم كام؟ طب طلعها فوق واسحبوا.